You see, the devil also knows. He's smart. He knows that some of us, the reason why we come to church is because we want things. The reason why we love God is because he's blessing us with things. The reason why some of us pray and fast is not because we like God. It's because we want him to answer the things we want. And the devil knows this. So that's why he will attack the things we love. The marriages, the job, the children, the families. That's why he will attack those things. Because he knows that if our motives are wrong, if our heart are not in the right place, when we lose those things, we will leave God. This was the test for Job. This was what Satan said to God about Job. He said, look, Job only loves you because you blessed him with good things. Look how rich he is. I mean, he's successful. He has children. He has a wife. He has a business. You know, he was famous. Everybody knows Job. Why won't he bless you? And God said, all right. I believe in Job. I know he's a man of integrity. I know he's blameless before me. And you know, what did Satan do? He began to attack the man's family. He began to attack his properties. The Bible will say that Job lost everything. But despite all of those things, on the first test, the Bible said that Job tore his robe in grief and he worshiped God. Can you worship God when you lost your child? God forbid. But can you worship God if you lose a parent? Can you worship God if you lose a baby? Can you worship God if the ministry or the business that you are so pursuing doesn't work, doesn't grow? Can you worship God when your family members abandon you? Can you worship God if, God forbid, you suffer with an illness? Today, as a man of God, as a brother, unfortunately, I have been in places where I have seen young kids with cancer. Where I have seen people who love God and are trying all their best to do the right things get divorced. Where I have seen children who love parents get disowned. So, I want you to know that these things happen. Can you still love God? Job lost it, but the Bible says he tore his grief, his robe in grief. I love that part, that even though while he was in grief, he was still worshiping. It didn't say that Job was happy about it. It didn't say that Job was going around smiling about it. He was in grief, but he worshiped. Of course, Satan wasn't satisfied. He said, please, God, God began to brag about Job. He said, look at Job, he's a man of God. He's a man of integrity. He fears me, he loves me. Satan said, you know what? Anybody who, if you touch their body, if they get sick, they will curse you and die. All right, God said, go ahead, just don't kill him. And even that, the Bible will say that, Satan struck Job with, boils in his body. But even Job in his grief again, his wife will see him in the place while he was mourning in ashes. His wife will see him there. As he was peeling, scraping the stuff, the boils with his skin. His wife would say, curse God and die. Curse God. Just curse God, Are you still maintaining your integrity with God? Do you still believe this God? Job, what's wrong with you? You still serving God? But Job still did not. He did. The Bible says he did no wrong. He was mourning, but he was still worshiping. He was in grief, but he was still worshiping God. The test was, Satan said, let's see if he will still love you if you take away his things. I am saying this morning so that we can examine our hearts while we come to church. So that we can examine our hearts while we call upon God. So that we can examine our walk with God. Is it because of blessings or things? Or because we really love God? Or because we really want to know God? If you only serve him for things, when Satan attacks, you will walk away. That's what Satan was saying. And if you are a student of the Bible, you will also know there are seasons in our life when God gives us opportunity to prove our love for him. He will say to Abraham take your one and only son who you love so much. Go to Mount Moriah. Go to a place on the mountain. When you get to Mount Moriah, on that mount, I will show you the mountain on where you should sacrifice him as a burnt offering. Imagine God telling you to do something like that, something you love. He's telling you he's going to take it away from you. Imagine that happening to you. Imagine how you will feel. This was, he waited up 25 years for the son, and now the son is here. God is saying, go to a mountain. I will show you a mountain where you will sacrifice him. God, why? But you see, God also was testing his faith. He was testing his loyalty. He was testing his love for him. And Abraham proved it. We know that Abraham did not sacrifice his son. God provided the ram. You see, so you see now, Satan is testing the faith. And God gives us opportunity to prove our love and our faith to him. So I am saying these things because when challenges come in your life, some of us are going through challenges right now. Just know that God is still with you. And there is hope for you and your family. But while you are crying, you are in tears, you are going through the difficult moments, stay with God. Stand on the promises of God. Don't allow nobody to make you feel ashamed because you are going through a bad season. Even if it's Christians that are doing it, don't allow it. The truth of the matter is all of us have our own seasons. All of us have our own pain. It's just that we don't say it. It's just that we know well how to hide it. And some of us, we are transparent. We can be honest. So that when these things happen to you, next time you will remember that I preached this message. You will remember that there is still God, a God in heaven who can help you go through the troubles. There is still God in heaven who can give you peace that surpasses all understanding to go through things that cause others to lose their minds. This is why I'm sharing this today. Anna the prophetess worshiped God.